El Fatiha ve az salavat. Allahümme salli ala Muhammed. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbil alemin. Errahmanirrahim. Maliki yevmiddin. İyyâke nâbudu ve iyyâke nestaîn. İhdina sıratel müstakim. Sıratel lezîne en'amte aleyhim. Gayril mağdubi aleyhim velendallin. Amin. Esselamu aleyküm ve rahmetullah ve berekatühü. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, welcome to Allah's University. University of Allah. I am very proud to submit all of you the lessons of University of Allah. Our lesson today is the introduction of Islam and tasawwuf. Code number is 6.1. My dear friends, Islam is in the Quran. 14 centuries ago, our Prophet Hazreti Muhammed Mustafa sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem and his Sahabe and depend on him, their names is Sahabe, lived the real Islam in Quran. And today, all of the Islam's objectives disappeared. The fundamental objectives, fundamental farz of Allah disappeared. It's mean the salvation is impossible today if you learn the Islam from the books that is in the Quranic word, Emaniyya. Allah says about Emaniyya, they don't know the Quran. They work only Emaniyya. Their implementation on the base of gas. So, my dear friends, my dear students, all of the Allah's mandatory orders to escape all of the humanity from the hell and lead to Jannat, disappeared. All of them forgotten. What I mean that Islam consists of not only 5 conditions, but 5 aspects, 5 periods. There is 5 periods for all Islam. There is 5 periods of Islam. The first one, to demand to send spirit to Allah. First of all, if you don't do, in that case you cannot escape from the hell, from the Jahannam. At second period, there is to arrive at murshid, to arrive at guidance. The first one and second one and third, fourth and fifth ones, all of them are mandatory orders of Allah. Those are fards. The third one is, the third period is to lead spirit and arrive at spirit to Allah while alive. The fourth one is to surrender your physical body, your wage to Allah. As you see, my dear friends, the first delivery, the first surrendering is surrendering of spirit. This is the third period of Islam. And at fourth period, you surrender your physical body, your wage to Allah. At 5 and final period, you have to surrender your nafs, your soul to Allah. Those are 5 periods of Islam. 14 centuries ago, our Prophet Hazreti Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his Sahaba surrendered their spirit, their physical body, and their soul to Allah. Surrendering, those are surrendering of ruh, wajh, and nafs. Sometimes I'm using the English words, sometimes I am using the Arabic words. My dear students, my dear audience, all of you must learn Arabic terms and English terms, all of them. If you are Turks, in that case you must learn the Turkish words. But in our country we use, when we speak with you Turkish, we use the Arabic terms. My dear friends, my dear students, as you see, there is 5 periods of Islam. And at the first one, you obtain happiness of Jannah. At the last one, you obtain the happiness of world. So the happiness divides 2 parts. One of them, the happiness of world happiness. Second one, Jannat happiness, happiness of paradise. Its Arabic term, Dünya Saadet and Cennet Saadet. My dear friends, from the Hazreti Muhammed Mustafa sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem age till today's, our contemporary Islamic words, Islamic traditions show that fact. All the concepts of Islam, all of the farz of Allah, all of the mandatory orders of Allah, to escape you from the hell, to lead you to the paradise, escape you from the Jahannam, lead you to the Jannah, has forgotten. What I mean? As you know, contemporary Islam has not 5 periods of Islam, has only 5 conditions of Islam. To make salat, to give zakat, to go to the pilgrimage, to say La ilahe illallah Muhammeden Resulullah, kelime-i şehadet. And to make date, siyam, oruç. If you do it, if you do them, if you perform them, do you know you will escape from the hell? According to the Quran, impossible, my dear friends. And The 5 conditions of Islam cannot escape even one of you from the hell, and so that I have to explain all kind of mistaken, all kind of forgotten things from the Islam. My dear friends, Islam is a strongest fort, castle of the universe. But the greatest stones goes down from these castles, and the fort, the castle, is a kind of ruin today. ruin. My dear friends, your first duty to learn the real Islam. What is the real Islam? Real Islam is what our Prophet Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his dependent on and his Sahaba lives according to orders of Allah. This is the real Islam, and Allah explained in the Quran Karim all of them. Our preliminary lessons, at the beginning lessons, but the following of the lessons, next days you will learn the real Islam. What is real Islam? What is the Islam they are lived by Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his Sahaba. Islam, those Islam in Quran. Before everything else, you must know Islam word, real meaning of Islam word. Islam is surrendering. Islam is to surrender to Allah. The Islam word comes from the root of silm, sin, lam, mim, S-L-M. Selam, selamet, İslam, teslim, Muslim, Müslüman words, all of them comes from same root, silm. The unique meaning of the Islam is to teslim, is to surrender to Allah. You are consist of three bodies. Your spirit, your ruh, your wajh, your physical body, and your nafs, your soul. Spirit, soul, physical body, ruh, nafs, wajh. My dear friends, you must learn Arabic and English concepts at the same time. So, this is my duty to teach you all of them and to explain with clarification all of the concepts and all of the words, not only Islamic words, all of the words today inside of a satanic trap. The trap of Shaitan. If we start from the beginning, what we see, my dears, at the beginning, Allah created Hazreti Adam from the soil. Arabic term salsalin, teen. There is two words in Quran Karim, teen and salsalin, used as soil. And whenever Allah create Adam and give him life, and Allah orders all of the angels and jinns, and especially Satan, Iblis, to make reverence at the before in front of Adam. Allah's order is that you put your hand over the ground before him, in front of him. As Arabic word is sajda. You make sajda in front of Adam. My dear friends, all of them obeyed Allah's order, except Shaitan, except Satan. Iblis don't obey Allah's order. And Allah said to him, you don't obey my order, and you don't prostrate before the Adam, before the Adam alayhi salam, and for this reason I dismiss you, I fire you among my friends from here, and I will put you at Jahannam forever. What is the cause of you. You don't prostrate before in front of Adam. Shaitan said that. You create me from the energy, from the fire without smoke. It's mean energy. And you create him from the soil. I am better him. I am higher him. And I don't prostrate before him, in front of him. Allah says, you don't obey my order, you became kafir. And you will go to the Jahannam and forever you will stay there. Shaitan answered like this, please give me a duration from now to the eternity, to the doomsday in this world and in the universe. I would like to prevent them to arrive at your Sırat-ı Mustaqim. Sırat-ı Mustaqim, a kind of way, a kind of route, a kind of path. Lead your spirit to Allah. Satan said that I will go and settle their Sırat-ı Mustaqim and I don't give the permission them to send their spirit to you. And at the end, at doomsday, if you give me this permission, you will not see most of them who thanks you. My dear friends, it's very important starting point for the Satan, that's Shaitan, and the human being, insan. The struggle has started that day. As you know, Shaitan pretend the Adam alayhi salam, and at the end Allah fired Adam alayhi salam and Hawa from the Jannat, and they comes this world, this planet. And my dear friends, the history of human being has been passing up to date with struggle between Shaitan and human being. And today, Shaitan win the struggle because he managed to pretend human being, and he managed to forget human being most important orders, mandatory orders of Allah, that's orders escape from the hell human being. For this reason, by the help of shaitan, the hadith take place in the holy hadith. Among the holy hadith of Hazreti Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam. My dear friends, that an Arab came to Hazreti Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam and said to him, I would like to go to the Jannah. What I will do? Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem said that you make salat, you give your zakat, you go to the pilgrimage Hajj, you say La ilahe illallah Muhammeden Resulullah, eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve eşhedü enne Muhammeden abduhu ve resuluhu. And fifth, you make siyam. You make day. And this hadith is not fit the Quran. This is a mevzu hadith. My dear friends, why I said that? Because Allah says in Quran Karim, I will teach you all of them during our lessons. Allah says that if you don't want to send your spirit to Allah, in that case you must go to the Jahannam. It's impossible for you to escape from the Jahannam. Which ayats? Yunus Surah 7, 7th and 8th ayats. What Allah says? Allah says that الَّذِينَ لَا يَرْجُونَ لِقَاءَنَا وَرَادُوا بِالْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَاطْمَأَنُّوا بِهَا الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ آيَاتِنَا غَافِلُونَ Ülaike mevahümün naru bima kanu yeksibun. They don't want to send their spirit to me, and they are consent of world life. It means they don't want to live spiritual life. Allah is going on. They satisfy with world life, not with spiritual life. And Allah said, they don't aware of Allah's verses, Allah's ayat. And the result, they will go to the Jahannam because of their negative degrees which they obtained. My dear friends, if you don't want to send your spirit to Allah. In that case, this, according to those two verses, two ayat, you have to go Jahannam. It's impossible to escape. So, contemporary Islamic life, look at that life. All of the Islamic world forget these great facts. This is the beginning, my friends, my students, our audience. And follower. They forgot all of the mandatory orders of Allah to escape from the hell. And they forgot 5 periods of Islam. They put its place 5 conditions of Islam. But things you are obeying Allah's 5 conditions. You make salat, and you don't eat during the day. You make siyam, and you go to the Hajj pilgrimage, and you give your zakat, and you say frequently, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. And you pretend you are going to the Jannah. You cannot go. If you don't want to send your spirit before everything else, you cannot go to the Jannah of Allah. It's impossible. All of the Sahaba, all of them, they wanted to send their spirit, their ruh to Allah first. All of them arrive at the most precious murshid all of the universe, Hazreti Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And all of them, they sent they make their spirit, they sent their spirit to Allah. All of the spirit, all of the ruh of them arrive at Allah and disappeared inside of Allah. This is the delivery, this is the surrendering of spirit. And then all of them surrendered their physical body, their wage to Allah, and all of them surrendered their soul, their nafs to Allah. My dear friends, the third one, the fourth one, and fifth ones of them has been implemented by only zikr. You are going to execute all kind of orders of Allah, but especially the most important of them is zikr, to say Allah's names continuously. Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah. And this is the mandatory orders of Allah, and 2 days and contemporary world of Islam. Islam in our ages. Islam in our age. The dhikr has been forgotten. There aren't zikr inside of 32 farz and inside of 54 farzes. 32 mandatory orders, farz of Allah's, there isn't zikr, and 54 mandatory of Allah's, there isn't zikr. Is zikr a mandatory orders of Allah? Yes. Zikr and much zikr and full zikr. 3 kinds of zikr are farzes in Quran Karim. My dear friends, if you look at the Quran Karim with the Sir Surah, Müzzemmil Surah, 8 ayat. Allah says that Vezkür ismi Rabbike ve tebettel ileyhi tebdila. You make zikir by the name of Allah. You say Allah's names as Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, and return to Allah. Forget all of them. Forget everything and return to Allah. My dear friends, this is the zikr. It means sometimes you make zikr. You choose the time, you do it. Okay. But this is farz, mandatory order of Allah. Yes. So, my dear friends, Ahzab Surah, 41st ayat, Allah says that, Ya eyyühellezine amenu, yezkurallaha zikren kesira. Ey ya believers, it's mean to be amenu, mean here who wants to send spirit to Allah. Believers, but there is a conditions of this believers. This believer want to send spirit to Allah. while alive. And Allah says, you make zikr, but it must be much zikr, more than half a day. More than half a day. For example, if you make zikr during the day consists of 24 hours. If you make 13 hours zikr, it means you are making much zikr. And your spending time without zikr every day is less of half a day, 11 hours. In that case, you are owner of my zikr. And Allah says, Nisa Surah 103rd ayet, فَاسْكُرَ اللّٰهَ قِيَامًا قُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. You make zikrullah, you say Allah's name during you are at stand up and sit down and lay down positions. While you are stand up, you make zikr. While you are sit down, you make zikr. While you are lay down, you make zikr. And its mean is continuous zikr. Full zikr. 24 hours. During 24 hours of the days, you have to zikr. This is the mandatory order of Allah. And my dear friends, all of the Sahaba, all of the friends of the Hazreti Muhammed Mustafa sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem, execute this order, take carry of this order, take carry out this order, implement this order. All of them were owner of continuous zikr, owner of full zikr. How can I know? From the Quran. Allah says, 18 ayat of the Zümer Surah said that they listen the words, they obey the words of Ahsan. All of them was owner of Hidayat. It means all of them reached their spirit to Allah while they are alive. And Allah says, all of them were ulul albab. My dear friend, ulul albab means owner of continuous zikr, owner of full zikrs. During the 24 hours, they make zikir, zikir, zikir, without interrupted. Their zikir was the heart zikir. You know, your heart beating not like this, but like this. Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah. Your heart beatings says every time with 2 syllables the word of Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah. And if you say at your inside word with a voiceless voice, you know, there is a voice inside word, but this is the voiceless voice, because your ears cannot hear the voiceless voice at your inside word. With these words, with this voice with voiceless voice, you must say it according to your heart beatings. Every time with 2 syllables, say Allah, Allah, Allah, without using your tongue, without using your voice, but in your heart. This is the key of the continuous zikr. With a voice, that voiceless voice, you use it, your inside word. And what is the ulul albab? Ulul means is owners. Albab means plural of lub. The lub means whenever you become owner of beyond of the 5 feelings. You can feel beyond of your 5 feelings. You can see without those eyes, with the heart eyes. Whenever you heard your heart eyes, in that case you are owner of lub. The lub, another means, is the mind. So, but in our subject now, what is the meaning of ulul albab? The meaning of ulul albab here at that subject is that, as Arabic word, Allah says, Ali Imran Surah 119 and 191, 91st ayats, 119 and 190 and 191 ayats, Allah says that Li ulul albab yezkurullaha kıyamen kuuden ve ala cunubihim. Those ulul albabs at the stand-up position, at the sit-down position, and at the lay-down position, they make zikr. They are owner of continuous zikr. All of the Sahaba was ulul albab, my dear friends. All of the Sahaba was owner of continuous zikr. And if you don't zikr, you cannot go to the Jannah. Because you gave to Allah a sphere as your nerves to clean your nerves' heart, all of the calamities, from badness. And your spirit gave to Allah a promise. Your spirit must go to the Allah, arrive to the Allah while you are alive. This is the promise of your spirit, your ruh. And your physical body, your wage, gave to Allah at the first eternity a covenant. It means he escaped from the servant of Shaitan, and he will become servant of Allah. This is for your nerves is the yamin in Arabic term. For your physical body, aht as Arabic term. For your nerves, misak, an Arabic term. Those are three kinds of spheres of your three bodies. And whenever your nerves, tezkiyetun nerves, your nerves cleaning, it's occur only by the help of zikr. If you don't make zikr, you cannot clean your soul's heart. And your spirit's yamin, your spirit's misak is to arrive at Allah while you are alive. And if your nerves cannot make tezkiyetun nerves, the first degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 degrees. In that case, your spirit don't goes the heaven's flats, first flat, second flat, and 7th flat. Your spirit cannot go to the Allah, cannot arrive at Allah without nerves tezkiyetun nerves. And your physical body cannot escape from the servant of Allah. Servant of Shaitan cannot become servant of Allah. So they are dependent to each other. But first one is tezkiyetun nerves, cleaning all your nerves calamities. My dear friends, if they don't know, if you don't make zikr, in that case, they don't do everything and they do nothing. And you can't escape from the hell. So, today's the zikr, zikrullah, to say Allah's names as Allah, Allah, Allah, Allah, has been forgotten. There aren't among the fathers of Allah, among the mandatory orders of Allah. So you can not surrender your spirit, your physical body, and your soul to Allah. You cannot surrender your ruh, your veg, and your nafs to Allah. So, it means you don't obey Allah's order for your world happiness and Jannat happiness. My dear friend, the situation of Islam, contemporary Islam, is that the human being forgets all of the mandatory orders of Allah. Which kind of orders? To escape from the hell, to send to the Jannat, and to arrive at world happiness. My dear friends, this is the tragedy for all of the world, because the another religion station is not different from it. They forget all of them to surrender to